Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is an episode of ostensibly Tuesday 10, which is an open collaboration with Cindy at Studio Lou, who is the host. I'm going to start off with a show and tell. We might not get to 10. And there's going to be noise in the background because my little four-footed monster is awake. So, show and tell number 1. I have no idea where we are in the papers. So this is Inktober. So this is going to be your center. And this is going to be my side here. So this is Backpack. That's Discover 1. That's Discover 2. Yep. This is Boots. This is Rolliafi. So this is just a paint capture page. And I keep those as part of the process because you never know when you need some random paper. This is Exotic 1 and Exotic 2. So it's the same method, but slightly different. So this has got darker ink when I was outlining the edges. This has a lighter brown, which this was the first one I did. I think it goes like that. And I'm going to say that one goes like that. So Exotic, I was thinking of Jungle. Next is Binoculars, and these are just double circles. And this is sort of, my image is binoculars looking out into the sunset or sunrise, and in part inspired by sort of the recent chittery chat, both here and in the comments about Point Pelee. Because bird watchers are all about the binoculars and all about the early morning dusk and dawns. And this is another handy page. Okay, so where are we at here? We are at, just did binoculars. So the next one is Trek. Okay, yep. And I think I showed you this one. I think I've showed you some of these, but we'll do them all and then we'll call it complete. This is Trek, so the notion of having a map and having some blue and some brown. And I'm using a specific sort of a very thick, expensive dictionary. And the printing is a little bit embossed, so the ink is sort of falling into the tracks in between the letters, which is kind of fun. This is a mop-up. This is another mop-up. Yes, I remember, I think, saying this. Maybe I said it on one of the videos that got ate by the internet. This is paper towel being dragged back and forth in a very light way. Painty page. Next one is Passport. Number 7 is Passport. I love this blue and this purple. This is a favorite combination of mine. And this print, I need to show what I have done. You're right there. So some of you may be familiar with these kinds of mats that come from the dollar store. They're quite seasonal. Let's do this. They're seasonal in nature, and I wanted, this will fit here somehow. Doesn't really matter. In any event, I wanted this shape, and so I just cut it out, and then I put some paint on it, slapped it over, pat, pat, pat. I rolled it with a brayer, and then I got this imprint. So this has got a lot of scope for imagination for me. A lot of sort of micro printing that can happen. And I went and got, this is a fall kind of Halloween-y season, and they have similar kind of mats, and they are thematic. And so I cut out this, which is a gorgeous large leaf. And also this is the slots of the pumpkin. And this piece here is absolutely beautiful for creating pattern. These holes might be a little bit dense, but these are perfect, and this shape is just wonderful. So, new application for that. Just cut it up. Pop that on the floor. There we are. So that was Passport. Next one is Hike. Now I have no idea what order these are in. Hike. Nope. Nope. Yeah, maybe this. Yeah, I think this is Hike. Yes. Land, trees, sky, sunlight. And to me, that's hiking in the forest. I was going to do cross hatches for maybe more branches and so forth, but yeah, I lost interest. That's okay. We do not need to know intention. Intention can be disassociated, disconnected from final use. That's perfectly fine. Next one is Sun. Where's my sun? Here's my sun. A shocking surprise. I like the way this turned out. I really had a lot of yellow ink in this, and it took forever to dry. There's a huge pool of it there, and there's some globs there. But I kind of like that. When you fold it over, you don't really you just see some nice movement. Okay, Sun Nomadic. Oh yes, I like this one. Nomadic. This is red and blue ink, and I got to Nomadic by presenting a weave. That's how I was able to get this pattern from Nomadic. So Scottish weaves, nomadic tribes weave. They spin and they weave. So that just speaks to me as nomadic. Snacks. So notwithstanding that I love chocolate, chips, and candy of a shocking variety and also a shocking quantity, took me a long time to figure out how am I going to represent snacks. But fear not, I did. There, is it a two? Yeah. So that is snacks. How is this snacks? So there is a Cadbury Caramilk chocolate bar. If you're not from these parts, it is I think it's a 12-piece, 10-piece, doesn't matter how many pieces, chocolate bar. And each piece has got a little pocket of caramel, soft caramel. So when you bite into it, the caramel oozes. That's been the flavor since forever, and it is this brown, and there is sort of a goldy that goes with it, because goldy and caramel go together. But now there is a green, and the green does not represent mint, which I think would be a travesty to match mint with caramel. It is salted caramel. Oh, it is my favorite. Oh, it is so good. Anyway, so colors of the packaging, and these are supposed to be little packages. And then I had a lot of excess. Goes that way, I think. Yes. Green. So this green is sort of a neon green ink, and I think it is very, the pigment settles very quickly, and so it's quite watery, whereas there are other pigments that sort of suspend really nicely and they can be much thicker. In any event, the water all over everywhere, and we needed a mop up, so that's why I have 2 other extra sheets of that. Snacks. Next one is remote, and this one also makes sense to me, and possibly no one else. So this is remote, and this to me is a north or a south pole. Lots of sun, lots of sky, and lots of snow. So that's remote. Next one is horizon. Okay, that one goes there. That's horizon. Love this. Oh, I love the simplicity of this. I went back to this color because I'm allowed to go back and do colors again. And then this, I'm using mostly to move paint around a credit card, because I don't need brushes or whatever. It's just an easier way for me to just loosen up, get her done. So this is the purple, the blue is the water. This is sort of the darky, dawny sky, and then yellow, and then where the sun actually is this brilliant white. And then I've just put little hash lines to make that water. And then my roll off for that color is equally as lovely in a completely different way. Yes. One of the successes of this Inktober is putting those 2 colors together for me. So that's horizon. Next one is Rome. Oh yeah, okay. So, Rome. You will notice this pattern is the pumpkin pattern. And the roaming is nautical. So this is water, islands, and then there's sort of green blobs. So not all the islands have greenery on them. And then I just wanted to put some color on it, so we splashed in some pink. And then we have 2 more roll-offs. Got that one. And then this is the roll-off that comes from this page. So that blue and that taupe, and and the green on the flip side, and then the pink, because the pink also has that weird kind of watery flavor to it. So that's where we're at. That takes us up to day 15, which is guidebook, which I don't have anything done for yet. So that's show and tell number 1. I'm not going to get anything done. I might have to start another video entirely, because I do need to get Tuesday 10 done. Maybe this should just be show and tell. So there's that. Also promised you that I would give you a flip through of all of the papers once they were dry. And so here's them. Let's do the envelopes first. So there's that one. Doesn't really matter how it goes. So when it flattens out, I'm thinking maybe I should just open these. I did try and take off. Ooh, will it work? It was fairly clever. Oh, it does. Okay. Ooh, it's got the background in it too. I tried to take off the sticky stuff before I put the ink on it. Oh, the insides of these are also done really nicely. Oh, wow, look at that. There's that. And on that side. That's amazing. Yeah, we're just going to open these. Oh, last time, remember this flower that I couldn't remember the name of. It is Alstroemeria. Alstroemeria. I don't know. That's why I don't can never remember it. And I also want to call it Australopithecus, which is probably a more complicated word, but it makes more sense to me. In any event, that's what this flower was, in a red. Yeah, these pop open really nicely. There's that. I love these envelopes to a great extent. That's the fan of oak. This is the daisy or whatever the thing is. This was face to face, I think. This is roses. Yep, and these are all dyed on the inside too. Yep, that's rose. This is rose. This is more buckthorn and oak. That is 100% oak. Yep, oh wow. This was a serious one because it went through this layer, the back, the other side, and this. So this is actually a 2-layer print of that. That one meant business. Wow. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then that. So those are my envelopes, which I really, really like. Okay. This is a page that I just never did. So we're just gonna do a flippy through. There's that colored flower there. I feel like I need to do them again in some ways because while I basically have color dyed paper as opposed to create clear transfers. I mean, it's not a perfect transfer because there's so much else going on in these pages. That's not a problem necessarily. I don't know what my goal had been. I got some blues there. And so this will go into the press to get nicely flattened. Try to do a bit of a wash on these. Oh yeah, this was weird. So this is a book that I got, and through the process, the photograph part of the paper has peeled off. And that's really weird. Like, it cracked when I bent it while it was still wet. This backside, the paper is fine. That's weird. Oh yeah, I want to see if this opened. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Nope, this might be sealed. We don't need to worry about that. This was the, I wanted to change the color of this, and I made it super dark. And I don't know that I like that, but I'm sure it'll be fine for a background. This is another one. And these start to be super repetitive. All the same but different in terms of the yellows and the purples. Oh, though this, shockingly gone right into oranges and purples. So, okay, so that was fern. That's fern, oak, and I think this must have been the peach colored rosebuds. Back to yellow. Very yellow, very purple. There's another mum or aster, or whatever we want to call them. It's like it's a different purple and it's a slightly different yellow. Oh, this is, and so that's probably because of the buckthorn, because that's what that is. That totally looks like a Rorschach test. And more buckthorn, so that went on like that. Ooh, this one turned out nice. I like that. Nice clean stem. And another beautiful daisy. This is, ooh, sticky. We're back to that orange and purple. This is fern. And some more oak. Oh, look at that. It's another envelope. Yummo. There's that. Oh yeah, that just turned out so neat. So it's orange and purple. So that's the maple leaves. More daisy and rose leaves. Rose leaves, rose leaves, rose leaves. And some more daisy. Ah, this is sage. Astrolameria. So I just pulled them apart and then put bits and pieces on, and so that would have been a sandwich together. That one turned out really nicely. It was a dark red that dyed brown, blue, which is interesting. Very unexpected. It's what I don't know about dyeing could fill an ocean. So very, very new at it. Regularly fascinated how you take something and you visually see it being one color, and then you put it through some kind of a dye process. You can either use acid or something basic, and that can further, or iron, that can further change the color. And color is magic. So you don't necessarily plunk something in and say, oh, I'm putting a green thing in and I'm going to get a green thing out. You will not necessarily. That's a nice print, that oak. It comes out on the other side. Getting down to the short strokes here. This is more sage. And some oak. And some more of that beautiful purple. There. So what time? Okay, we're going to half hour. So I think I'm going to stop here, call this show and tell, and then start up again with the proper Tuesday 10, because I don't want to rip myself off. I'm not having enough time. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed those 2 show and tells. Please stay out of trouble. Take very good care of yourself. Love you lots, and I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Bye now.